Friends and neighbors, ladies and gentlemen, I thought it was 203, must have been 202 last week. Welcome to the 203rd weekly Hoot right here in Dornan's Emporium. I'm John Cook. The fellow behind the video camera here is Dick Barker, and he is on the list of those who will not need to be reminded next fall to get his flu shot. Because he's ambulatory. He's sitting up and taking nourishment, but I want you all to make a point of going over to speak to him this evening. And you can hear this strange kind of high-pitched laryngetic voice coming out of this great big man. Anyway, I noticed Barbara hasn't joined us here, Dick. Barbara feeling well? She's better, right. Okay, good. Anyway, we ask two things of you for the greater enjoyment of all. One is, please don't smoke in here for the rest of the evening. Yay! And second is, please, no talking while the musicians are performing. We appreciate that very much. And without further ado, we will follow Hootenanny tradition and introduce the co-founder of this event, Mr. Bill Briggs, to open the festivities. I'm sorry, I was supposed to announce two things. Musicians, somebody left this 2 weeks ago, and everybody, if you'd like to see Loose Ties this Friday or Saturday at the Main Stage Theater, you can pick up a $2 discount coupon on Dick and Bill's table. Here, I'll take those two things for you and get them out of your way.
Oh, right. The good guy.
Grab another one. Grab a couple. A couple over here. Thanks.
Now, that was a stormy night last night. I had a hard time getting my musicians to the stagecoach. Anyway, they fumbled in at the last minute and whatnot. Christine and I started off, and we're not all that dynamic as far as music is concerned. But after the first set, Derek arrived, and Derek Huffsmith is really quite dynamic. You should see this guy perform. Anyway, the bass player said, it's like caffeine for the ears. I tried this one a couple of weeks ago and couldn't get the second note out. But my voice is getting back, so we'll try it. The second one, you know. Yeah, it was perfect in back, you know. A little strained there. Hanging round the chairlift, just a-waiting in line, surveying the slopes with a tingling spine, when a skier stepped up and said, I suppose you're a beginner by the looks of your clothes. Well, you figured me right, I'm a green one, I said. There's nary a hill I've not skied on my head. What you need is instruction, just join in my class, or you'll still ski the same when the snow turns to grass. Oh, those Jackson Hole hills. Oh, those Jackson Hole hills. Rocked with bashers and sheet ice and wind that chills. A skier is bound for some medical bills. Oh, those Jackson Hole hills. Well, I buckled my boots and adjusted my straps, dusted the snow from my frozen old chaps. Just step up in line, we instructors don't wait. The words from the line were too harsh to relate. Now the ride to the top was a 10-minute ride. The ice on my seat thought it stuck to my hide. I went up in the air, took a turn round the post. On the way down, caught a glimpse of my ghost. Oh, those Jackson Hole hills. Oh, those Jackson Hole hills. Rocked with bashers and sheet ice and wind that chills. The skier is bound for some medical bills. Oh, those Jackson Hole hills. Just then a patrolman in a downhill bash detected some trouble and flew in like a flash. With his ski pole extended, his target he found. I took to the air at the speed of sound. I passed my instructor in an uphill stem. By the time I reached mid-hill, I was saying amen. By the time the patrol found my grave in the trees, I was covered in ice from my head to my knees. Oh, those Jackson Hole hills. Oh, those Jackson Hole hills. What with bashers and sheet ice and wind that chills. A skier is bound for some medical bills. Oh, those Jackson Hole hills. Thank you.
Mr. Bill Briggs, and I might add it is his 175th appearance here at the Hoot. Only Dick Barker has played here more, and Bill is slowly catching up thanks to thanks to the flu bug. But Dick's going to play for you tonight. He's not going to sing, but he's going to play. I have the pleasure of introducing now a fellow who is going to play for the first time. I've known him for quite some while, and I know him to be an avid fan of bluegrass music, but he has never played on this stage before at a hootenanny. Please welcome Mac McFarland.
Never played because I've been scared to death.
How do you think we all feel?
Yeah. But I picked a night where I could see well to the back of the room, I think. Planned it out for, well, a couple of years now. We'll do that later. Oh, geez, family show. I'm going to play a song I learned off of a guy named Happy Trom. This is on page 17 of the Happy Trom Flatbook Guitar Handbook, if you all want to look that up sometime. Hey, you grab the line and I'll grab a pole now, honey. You and I'll grab the pole. We'll head down to the crawdad hole, honey, baby mine. Yonder comes a man with a pack on his back now, honey. Yonder comes a man with a pack on his back now, babe, yeah. Yonder comes a man with a pack on his back. He's packing all the crawdads he can pack, honey, baby mine. Walking through the woods with a crosscut saw now, honey. Walking through the woods with a crosscut saw, baby, yeah. Walking through the woods with a crosscut saw, looking for a tree for me to fall, honey, baby mine. You grab the line and I'll grab the pole now, honey. You grab the line and I'll grab the pole now, baby, yeah. You grab the line and I'll grab the pole. We'll head down to the crawdad hole, honey, baby mine. And it's honey, baby mine. Thanks. Fingers are kind of chilly and hearts are racing a little bit. I shoveled all day today and my back's pretty much wore out. There's probably more than one person in this room that's in the same boat, I imagine. Let's see. Lost John walking out in the rain. Around the corner come a passenger train. John made a grip but he couldn't get aboard. Left him sitting by the old railroad. He's long gone. Lost John. Long gone, lost John. No hat on his head, no shoes on his feet. He's begging the women for the bread and meat. Blind old lady sitting there all alone said, take this broom and John, hurry you along. He's long gone, lost John. Long gone, lost John. Hill. Last time old Lost John was seen, he was running like a rabbit through Bowling Green. He's long gone, Lost John. Long gone, Lost John. Lost John walking out in the rain. Around the corner come a passenger train. John made a grip but he couldn't get aboard. Left him sitting by the old railroad. He's long gone, Lost John. Long gone, Lost John. Long gone, Lost John. Thanks.
Mark McFarland, a newcomer here. All right, well, we got an old comer coming back again here. We've got my cohort, but he hasn't got much voice. I don't know what he's going to quite do for us tonight. I bet he makes the guitar do all the talking. Anyway, here is Dick Barker.
John Cook's right. I guess you should take the flu shot. I think the flu is gone, but the laryngitis isn't, so I will try to do something that I usually don't do, and that is just play an instrumental. For the folk songs I usually do, I just have to strum along, and so we'll see what happens.
You can't really hold the performer down all that much. He'll get out and do something up here. All right. That was Dick Barker. Next we've got our singing lift operator from Snow King. He's a marvelous performer, but I love his voice. It's about the best thing we have for voices up here at the Hoot. This is Patrick Troiani.
I didn't expect it so soon. Welcome, Hank Phibbs, too. And welcome his unnamed brand new dobro. He didn't name it yet, so this is... Bob, I didn't go to California to get this dobro, but in California I learned a piece of truly important information. All right. They said on the television that after a lot of study, the FBI deciphered the lyrics to the famous rock song Luai Luai, and the official pronouncement was that they were undecipherable at any speed. You know that. So, who did this? The FBI. According to the television. Sounds like something that they would spend their time on. Are we in tune? Let's see. Yeah. We were just going over these songs down in the basement. And I don't know how they're going to come out, but we're going to give them a try, okay? So if it sounds like we're still learning it, we are. Maybe the hardest thing I've ever done was to walk away from you.
running down that highway line, and I could see the surprise and the hurt in your eyes from behind each flashing city light. The love needs a heart, trusting and kind. Love needs a heart like mine. Love won't come near me. She don't even hear me. She just walks by my vacancy sign. Maybe in time I'll find a love that's trusting and kind. But I wish that heart was mine. Proud and so alone, cold as a stone. I'm afraid to believe these things I feel. And I could cry with the best, and I could laugh with all the rest, but I'm never sure when it's real. Maybe the hardest thing I've ever done, outside of all the love I hope to find, was a heart that's looking out for mine. I hope it finds me in time. Because love needs a heart, trusting and kind. Love needs a heart, yes it does. Love needs a heart. Love needs a heart, just like mine. Thank you.
I know. See, we're still practicing these things. This is an old song I picked up from a songwriter from back in the 70s. His name was Eric Kaz. He had a really good knack of writing songs. And this is called Blowing Away. I've been romanced and dined and danced, crazy nights and wild times. Life has lost its mystery, and love is blind, cannot find me. I'm blowing away, and shadows takes my love and leaves. I'm blowing away, and shadows keeps taking my love and leaving me. I have
cast aside all my foolish pride. Now I'm going down for the last time. I've searched this earth and I've sailed these 7 seas, but love is blind and I cannot find me. I'm blowing away. Shadows take my love and leave. I'm blowing away. These shadows keep taking my love and leaving me. Hank Phipps, thank you very much.
Patrick Troyaning. Hey, our next guy is this fellow that was up here before, introducing the evening for us. He's a novelist, if you haven't heard of him before. He's done a great many things in the performance field. We heard stories about that this week over at Jack Hyler's. In fact, there were a lot of good stories. You should listen to Bob Dornan sometime, come up with them. Boy, they were great. Anyway, here we have, back with us again, John Cook.
Every place you go. His holdings are in Texas, and his name is Diamond Joe. He carries all his money in a diamond-studded jar, and he never was much bothered by the process of the law. Hired out the Diamond Joe boys, I did offer him my hand. He gave me a string of horses so weak they could not stand. I like to starve to death, boys. He didn't mistreat me so. Never was a rounder who could lie like Diamond Joe. Was corn dodgers, and his meat I could not chaw. He drove me near distracted by the wagging of his jaw, telling of his stories. I want you boys to know there never was a rounder lie like Diamond Joe. Well, I tried 3 times to quit him, boys, but he did argue so that I'm still punching cattle in the pay of Diamond Joe. When I'm called up yonder and it's my time to go, give my blankets to my buddies, give the fleece to Diamond Joe. Diamond Joe, Diamond Joe, Diamond Joe.
I brought the words to this next song up because I haven't done it in years, and then I left the words over there. Well, let's see.
Can I get them for you?
I'm trying to decide if I need them. Yeah, they're on top of... I'll just put them here, and if I don't look at them, that's fine. Right there on top of in the corner, on top of the guitar case. There, great. Thank you. Amazing, I haven't thought of this song in all the times I've been playing here. But you know, there's so many songs and so little time. It's a very, 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 very sad song.
Why do you treat me as if I was only a friend? What have I done that has made you so distant and cold? Sometimes I wonder if you'll be contented again. Will you be happy when you are withered and old? I cannot offer you diamonds.
I was right that far.
I cannot offer you diamonds, mansions so fine. I cannot offer you clothes that your young body craves. But if you'll say you long to forever be mine, think of the trouble, the tears, and the heartaches you'll save when you are lonely and tired of another man's gold. When you are weary, remember this letter, my one. Don't try to answer, I've suffered in anguish untold. If you don't love me, then I wish you would leave me alone. While I'm writing this letter, I think of the past. end of the promises that you are breaking so free. And to this cruel world I'll soon say my farewell at last. I will be gone when you read this last letter from me. Thank you.
John Cook. We had a fellow stop by, it was last week or the week before, from down from the Four Corners area. Came up Arizona way. Anyway, sang just a couple of songs for us and had to leave. Back again with us tonight. Please welcome back Everett Lincoln Jr.
Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? Hey. I guess this first piece here is a song I wrote down there in Arizona. It's called Back Home Blues almost.
Everett, ease up to that mic a little.
All right, we'll do. Sound all right? This one, finally found a name today for it. Name it, made me think of a Bermuda. Bermuda Roundup. It's kind of quick.
That's Everett Lincoln, Jr. All right, this next fellow may have done us a dirty trick the other night. He invited us all over for dinner and plied us with booze, got us to tell about all our sordid backgrounds.
And I taped them all and they don't know it.
I'm afraid he's going to tell tales on us all. But here he is, Jack Hyler.
No, I learned about that sneaky taping from my idol, Richard Nixon. The crook. This is the women's lib song. Unfortunately, Margaret's and my last hoot for a good many months. We have a granddaughter. We can't come back when we usually do because we have a granddaughter graduating from college in the East, and we have Laura Phelps, who used to sing with me here occasionally, getting married on June 28th, so we won't get back here till the 6th of July. And I'm going to miss the hoot. Gonna miss a lot of things, but the hoot probably more than anything but the Tetons. And this is the women's lib song. Put another log on the fire. Bake me up some biscuits and some beans. Run out to the car and change the tire. Wash my socks and sew my old blue jeans. Fill my pipe and run and fetch my slippers. Then brew me up another pot of tea. And put another log on the fire. Come and tell me why you're leaving me. Don't I let you wash the car on Sundays? Don't I tell you when you're getting fat? Ain't I gonna take you fishing with me one day? Well, a man can't love a woman more than that. When you finish washing all the dishes, don't we watch the TV every night? So sit here by my feet, cause I like you when you're sweet, and you know it's not ladylike to fight. So put another log on the fire, bake me up some biscuits and some beans, run out to the car and lift it up and change the tire, wash my socks and sew my old blue jeans. Come on, baby, fill my pipe and run and fetch my slippers. Then brew me up another pot of tea, and put another log on the fire, babe, and come and tell me why. I need to know just why. I just don't know why you're leaving me. Thank you. Now this song, I chose to sing this last night because usually the audience enjoys so much the chorus, and you've got to join in on the chorus. And the chorus is appealing to all of us for one reason or another. Here's the chorus. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. I can't wait to look in the mirror, 'cause I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. I must be a hell of a man. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can. Now, you all gotta sing. Come on. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. I can't wait to look in the mirror, 'cause I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. I must be a hell of a man. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can. I used to have a girlfriend, but I guess she just couldn't compete with all of those love-starved women that keep clamoring around my feet. I suppose I could find me another, but they're all in awe of me. Who cares? I never get lonesome, 'cause I treasure my own company. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. I can't wait to look in the mirror, 'cause I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. I must be a hell of a man. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can. I reckon I'm just a cowboy, independent, a loner, and proud. I could have lots of friends if I wanted, but then I wouldn't stand out from the crowd. Some folks say I'm egotistical, Hell, I don't even know what that means. I guess it has something to do with the way that I fill out my skin-tight blue jeans. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. I take a look in the mirror, 'cause I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. I must be a hell of a man. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can.
Jack Harley. Oh, we're gonna miss Jack here. Last night? The last night for a while. All right. It ain't for you. Okay, we got this fellow that comes from down Texas way. Comes up and sings us kind of naughty ditties now and then. Let's see what he's got for us tonight. This is Gary Smith.
Thank you. No naughty ditties tonight. We're going to do some bluegrass. Got Jerome and Hank and John up here to help me. First one's called John Hardy. Desperate little man, wore 2 guns every day. He shot a man down on a West Virginia line. You ought to seen John Hardy get away. Ought to seen John Hardy get away. He ran on down to the East Stone Bridge, thought he would surely be free. But up stepped the sheriff with a pistol in his hand, said, "Johnny, come along with me. Johnny, come along with me." John Hardy sent for his mama and papa, someone to go his bail. But money won't go on a murder charge, and they carry John Hardy to jail. They carry John Hardy to jail. John Hardy had a pretty little woman. Dress she wore was blue. Come skipping down through the jailhouse hall, singing, "Johnny, I'll be true to you. John Hardy, I'll be true to you." Well, I've been to the east and I've been to the west, been this whole world around. Been to the river and I've been baptized. Now I'm standing on my hanging ground. I'm standing on my hanging ground. I had another pretty woman. Dress she wore was red. Stood by the scaffold when they cut John Hardy down. Said, "Johnny, I would rather be dead. John Hardy, I would rather be dead." Thank you. Thank you, John. See you guys. This next song is called Wild Bill Jones. Are you ready, Hank?
You bet.
As I went down to take a little walk, I walked upon that Wild Bill Jones. He was walking and a-talking with my own true love, bid him to leave her alone. He said, my age is 21, too old to be controlled. I pulled my pistol from my side, and I destroyed that poor boy's soul. He staggered and he reeled and he fell to the ground. He let out one dying moan. He grabbed my little girl around the neck, said, darling, won't you please take me home? I'll pass that long neck bottle around, drink up while I'm still free. Today was the last for Wild Bill Jones, and tomorrow'll be the last for me. Thank you.
And that's Gary Smith and company. All right, and we had a latecomer come in here and is going to join us tonight. This fellow's been playing with us for 19 times tonight. This is Greg Keckler.
Good evening. Some friendly faces there.
Way out in Reno, Nevada, where romance blooms and fades, a great Philadelphia lawyer's in love with a Hollywood maid. Come love and we will wander out where the lights are so bright. I'll win you divorce from your husband and we can get married tonight. Now Wild Bill was a gun-toting cowboy, had 10 notches carved on his gun. All of the boys around Reno left Wild Bill's darling alone. One night as Bill was returning from riding the range in the cold, he thought of his Hollywood darling. Her love was as lasting as gold. Well, as Bill drew near to her window, two shadows he saw on the shade. Was a great Philadelphia lawyer making love to Bill's Hollywood maid. Well, the night was as still as the desert, with the moon hanging high overhead. Bill listened a while at the window, he could hear every word that was said. Well, your hands were so pretty and lovely, your form so rare and divine. Come go back with me to Pennsylvania and leave this wild cowboy behind. Well, tonight, back in old Pennsylvania, amongst her beautiful pines, there's one less Philadelphia lawyer in old Philadelphia tonight.
Woody Guthrie number there.
Along about 18 and 25, I left Tennessee very much alive. Well, I never could have made it through the Arkansas mud if I hadn't been riding on the Tennessee stud. I had some trouble with my sweetheart's pa, and one of her brothers was a bad outlaw. So I sent her a letter by my Uncle Bud, and I rode away on the Tennessee stud. The Tennessee stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a horse like the Tennessee stud. On down into no man's land, we crossed a river called the Rio Grande. I raced my horse with the Spaniards full till I got me a skin full of silver and gold. Well, me and a gambler, we couldn't agree, and we got in a fight over Tennessee. We jerked our guns, he fell with a thud, and I rode away on the Tennessee stud. The Tennessee stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a horse like the Tennessee stud. One day I was riding in a beautiful land when I run smack into an Indian band. They jumped their nags with a hoop and a yell, and I rode away like a bat out of well. I circled their camp for a time or two just to show them what a Tennessee horse can do. Redskin boys couldn't get my blood, 'cause I was riding on the Tennessee stud. The Tennessee stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a horse like the Tennessee stud. Well, I got just as lonesome as a man can be, dreaming of my girl in Tennessee. Tennessee stud's green eyes turned blue, 'cause he was dreaming of his sweetheart too. So we loped right back across Arkansas, and I whooped her brother and I whooped her pa. I found that girl with the golden hair, and she was riding on the Tennessee mare. So stirrup and side to side, we crossed the mountains and the valleys wide. We come to Big Muddy and we forded the flood on the Tennessee mare and the Tennessee stud. Now a pretty little baby on the cabin floor, and a little horse colt playing around the door. I love that girl with the golden hair, and the Tennessee stud loves the Tennessee mare. The Tennessee stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a horse like the Tennessee stud. No, there never was a horse like the Tennessee stud.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Greg Keckler. All right, well, that does it for our first round. We'll take us a break and be back, and we'll go around again. See you then.
If you will resume your seats, we'll get started here, Greg and Bob. Bob Gray and Greg Keckler. You're the only two people standing that I recognize, so if you'll take your seats, Bob and Greg, we'll get started. Hey, I want to remind you that next Monday on this very stage, at this exact hour, we will have a featured set by the bluegrass band we're calling Dornan's Ramblers, which we put together back there in September for a tribute to Bill Monroe. Matt Flinner, Ben Winship, Scott Coates, Tucker Smith, and myself will play you a set of bluegrass next week at this very time right after the break. And right now we're going to do another round with the musicians that you saw before, but fortunately they'll be playing different songs. And to start it off again, here's Bill Briggs.
I don't think he meant to indicate that they were all bad songs, you know. Anyway, a fellow came up during the intermission there and asked how I learned to yodel. And I guess the best reply would be painfully for many people. But I had a roommate at college he was from Germany, and he wanted to learn to yodel, so he got some old 78 records from down New York City, and he could pick out how to do it from the records. And that's mainly how he taught me, was slowing it down. He had a good ear for music. This is one he used to sing, and I found it in a book. John Seidel gave me this book. He's leaving town to go down to Colorado and emptied his library. That was fucking... This is a Swiss song. Zoom ta-da-dee, ooh-la-dee, zoom ta-da-dee, ooh-la-dee, zoom ta-da-dee, ooh-la-dee, zoom ta-da-dee, O mina Berge musse scheiden, fast Gottes lieblichsten schön, kann nimmerei in der Heimat bleiben, muss in die Liebe vergehen, zum Tararia. Zum Tararia, zum Tararia, zum Tararia, far from my mountains I must roam, my mountains beautiful and clear. I can no longer be near home, I must go far, oh far from here. Zum Tararia, zum Tararia, zum Tararia, zum Tararia, I used to do this song years ago, and I haven't since. But we'll try it tonight. And then it's still the sort of the same theme. Shenandoah. I long to hear you away, rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you. And away we're bound to go, across the wide Missouri. Oh, Shenandoah, I love your daughter. And away, rolling river, I'll take her across the briny water. And away, we're bound to go, across the wide Missouri. For 7 years I've courted Sally, and away, rolling river. 7 years I've left the valley, and away, we're bound to go, across the wide Missouri. She said she would not be my lover, and away, rolling river, because I was a dirty sailor. And away, we're bound to go, across the wide Missouri. Oh, Shenandoah, I'm bound to leave you. And away, rolling river. Shenandoah, I'll not deceive you. And away, we're bound to go, across the wide Missouri. Thank you.
The one and only Bill Briggs, and following Bill for the second time on our stage tonight, in his first evening of playing before us, Matt McFarland.
Been living in Kelly, Wyoming for about 7 winters now. Count the winters because it's easier to keep track of them, especially this one. Live in a yurt out there, and you know, people kind of think you're some kind of crazy hippie freak or something if you live in a yurt, and that could be true in part, but it's, I often say that I live in Kelly like buying new cars and stuff. If you tell people you're from Jackson, $2,000 added to the price, that sort of thing. Yeah, I live in Kelly, Wyoming. Say moose, I guess, too. This is a song I learned from Doc and Merle Watson, called Dig a Little Deeper in the Well. Dig a little deeper in the well, boy, dig a little deeper in the well. If you want a good cool My daddy used to tell me, don't be fooled by the things you see. If you want to get at the heart of things, you got to dig way down deep. Second place won't get it, son. The winner gotta come in first. Nothing quite like taking a drink that leaves you with a thirst. Dig a little deeper in the well, boys. Dig a little deeper in the well. If you want a good, cool drink of water, you gotta dig a little deeper in the well. Dig a little deeper in the well, boys. Dig a little deeper in the well. If you want a good, cool drink of water, you gotta dig a little deeper in the well. A good man needs a good woman. She's the rock that'll make him strong. She'll be there to lean on when the whole world's done him wrong. Ain't nothing like good loving, that's how it was meant to be. Find yourself a woman that'll be good to you like your mama's been to me. Dig a little deeper in the well, boys. Dig a little deeper in the well. If you want a good, cool drink of water, you gotta dig a little deeper in the well. Dig a little deeper in the well, boys. Dig a little deeper in the well. If you want a good, cool drink of water, you gotta dig a little deeper in the well. Oh, there's a mighty flowing river, and its waters are cool and sweet. Don't you be fooled by a muddy stream, be careful where you drink. Life is what you make it, sometimes it's a living hell. And if you want to find that promised land, you gotta dig a little deeper in the well. Dig a little deeper in the well, boys. Dig a little deeper in the well. If you want a good, cool drink of water, you gotta dig a little deeper in the well. Dig a little deeper in the well, boys. Dig a little deeper in the well. If you want a good, cool drink of water, you gotta dig a little deeper in the well. And if you want a good, cool drink of water, you gotta dig a little deeper in the well. I worked up in Alaska this last summer, up outside of Denali National Park, way out in the fly-in only wilderness lodge. It was a 3-day horse ride or half-hour plane ride to get there. And we got one radio station out of Fairbanks that was a country radio station. And of course, if you listen to a country radio station for any length of time, you learn the words to about 5 or 6 different songs. And so I learned the words of this one song, and I thought maybe I'd like to learn how to play. And then this guy flew in to the lodge, and he used to be a guide or a wrangler or something there, and he knew the song also, and my learning curve was right where it should have been, and I picked it up the first time I heard it, which was kind of neat. So it was a Tracy Lawrence tune called Time Marches On. I'm not sure if he wrote it or not, but he sure sings it well, and I'll try to do it justice. Sister cries out from her baby bed. Brother runs in, feathers on his head. Mama's in her room, learning how to sew. Daddy's drinking beer, listening to the radio. Hank Williams sings Elijah and Dear John. Time marches on. Time marches on. Sister's wearing rouge and blue complexion soap. Brother's wearing beads and he smokes a lot of dope. Mama is depressed and barely makes a sound. Daddy's got a girlfriend in another town. Bob Dylan sings like a rolling stone. Time marches on. Time marches on. South moves north, can do this for a long time while you're trying to think of the lyrics. Sister calls herself a sexy grandma. Brother's on a diet for high cholesterol. Mama's out of touch with reality. Daddy's in the ground beneath the maple tree as the angels sing an old Hank Williams song. Time marches on. Time marches on. Time marches on. Time marches on. Time marches on.
Now, my favorite singer here tonight, Patrick Troiani.
Thank you. This is a song written by Paul McCartney. This is a song about simply getting along, with people.
Give me your hand. I like to shake it. I want to show you I'm your friend. Make me understand. We gotta make it happen, and we'll make it work in the end. So put it there. If it weighs a ton, that's what a father said to his younger son. I don't care if it weighs a ton, as long as you and I are here. Put it there. As long as you and I are here. Put it there. If there's a fight, I'd like to fix it. Oh, I hate to see things go so wrong. In the darkest night, with all these mixed emotions, we'll get together and sing along. So put it there. If it weighs a ton, that's what a father said to his youngest son. And I don't care if it weighs a ton, as long as you and I are here. Put it there. As long as you and I are here. Put it there. As long as you and I are here. Put it there. Thank you. Thank you. I think we're Hank Phibbs again. And Sir John Cook. You guys go where you want to go. I'll get out of the way.
Are you telling us where to go?
No? Good. And I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I would like you also to welcome Hank Phibbs' new dobro, which sounds so pretty. And I had the privilege, earlier tonight of being the first person to play along with him as he played it. So Hank doesn't need a microphone anymore. He's really... We're going to attempt a song that I wrote that we did before. It's called I'm Going Crazy Over You, okay? I'm going crazy over you. I'm going crazy over you. Never have I fell in love so easy. I'm going crazy over you. Please let me sleep here by your door. Please let me sleep here one night more. Let me be by your side forever. Please let me sleep here by your door. Because I'm going crazy over you. Who's Gary? I thought he was in there. I'm going crazy over you. Never have I fell in love so easy. I'm going crazy over you. Hank Phibbs on that new Dogo we got. John Cook on that old guitar you got. Take my hand and hold it tight. Take my hand and squeeze with all of your might. Lay your lovely head upon my shoulder. Take my hand, hold it tight. Say the words that I'm longing to hear. Say those words and whisper them in my ear. Make me feel like I'm on my way to heaven. Say those words I am longing to hear. Because I'm going crazy over you. I'm going crazy over you. Never have I fell in love so easy. I'm going crazy over you. Yes, I'm going crazy over you. Ooh. John Cook and Hank Phibbs, and thank you very much.
Aside from being a good lift operator, he writes good songs, you know? I'm telling you guys. Patrick Traiano. All right, we get the fellow back. He's piecing together his finger still. You can see that he's got it taped up and everything. I don't know how he plays with a taped up finger, but let's take a look. Here's John Cook.
Hey, I forgot when I started up this second round here to mention that if, when you get up and leave your table, you take your glasses and bottles to the bartend people will love you. It's a really nice thing to do because we don't have, you may have noticed, there is no waiter or waitress here in the wintertime, and it helps them out quite a lot. Well, I was thinking I hadn't done a Jimmy Rogers song in a really long time, and then Patrick and I planned kind of a slow song for the second half of this little set here, so I thought I better do something fairly lively.
I had a friend named Campbell. He used to rob, steal, and gamble. He did everything that was low down. He was out tomcatting one night when he got into a fight. And then a big policeman came and knocked him down. He's in the jailhouse now. He's in the jailhouse now. I told him over again to stop drinking whiskey, lay off of that gin. He's in the jailhouse now. Idly-o-lay, idly-o-lay, de-o-de-lay, de-lay, de-o-de-lay. Well, Campbell broke jail one day. He decided he'd go away. But the police came and met him at the train. Well, the cops said, I come for you. Campbell said that this won't do, because Campbell never was my name. He's in the jailhouse now. He's in the jailhouse now. Yes, he broke out. All over town the fool walked about. He's in the jailhouse now. Idly-o-lay, idly-o-lay, de-o-de-lay, de-lay-o-lay. Well, I met his old gal Sadie. She said, have you seen my baby? I told her he was downtown in the can. She went down to the jail just for to go his bail. She said, I've come down here to get my man. She's in the jailhouse now. She's in the jailhouse now. So you can understand why that old kid Sadie's in the can. She's in the jailhouse now. Idly-o-lay, idly-o-lay, de-o-de-lay, de-lay, de-o-de-lay, de-de-lay.
Patrick, me lad. Patrick Trelawney is playing tomorrow night at Charlie's Coffee Company, 7:30 to 9:30.
Thank you for that. I forgot all about that.
I usually forget when I'm playing there, so, you know. So stop on by. 2 weeks ago, I was hosting the open mic night there, and that very day, I had tried to slice off my finger, and Patrick came in and sang most of the songs and took home most of the money, and it was nice of him to do. So
That was a good night.
it was, yeah. So I'm going to go by tomorrow and either help him out or ruin his evening. We'll see which.
Maybe I'll eat an apple unconventionally by cutting it and cutting my finger
No,
off.
don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that.
So what are we doing? Remember or not?
Dream, 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 dream when I want you. in my arms when I want you, and all your charms whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream, 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 dream when I feel blue, in the night when I need you to hold me tight whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream. I can make you mine, taste your lips of wine, anytime, night or day. Only trouble is, gee whiz, I'm dreaming my life away. I need you so, and that is why I love you so, that I could die whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream, 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 dream. I could make you mine, taste your lips of wine, anytime, night or day. Only trouble is, gee whiz, I'm dreaming my life away. I need you so, that I could die. I love you so, and that is why whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream, 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 dream.
All right. John Cook and Patrick. All right, we've got our fellow friend from down Arizona way coming up, plays guitar for us, Everett Lincoln.
This next piece here is just something I come up messing around. Don't really got a name for it, but it's kind of almost a wannabe blues riff. I'm pretty sure you all know this next one, or have heard it. It's an old Dylan. You ain't going nowhere.
Please drive safe, everybody. Good night.
Everett Lincoln.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got Jack Hyder, storyteller par excellence here. Please welcome Jack Hyder for his last night here.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to dedicate my last 3 songs, 2 now and 1 later. Going to dedicate them. This first one's going to be dedicated to our host, Bob Dornan. Dornan, fill the flowing bowl until it doth run over. Dornan, fill the flowing bowl until it doth run over. For tonight we'll merry, merry be. For tonight we'll merry, merry be. For tonight we'll merry, merry be. Tomorrow we'll be sober. Man who drinks cold water pure and goes to bed cold sober. Man who drinks cold water pure and goes to bed quite sober. Falls as the leaves do fall, falls as the leaves do fall, falls as the leaves do fall so early in October. Man who drinks just what he likes and getteth half seas over. Man who drinks just what he likes and getteth half seas over. Lives till he dies perhaps, lives till he dies perhaps, lives till he dies perhaps, and then lies down in clover. Dennis? But the man who drinks good Teton tea and goes to bed right mellow. The man who drinks good Teton tea and goes to bed right mellow. Lives as he ought to live, lives as he ought to live, lives as he ought to live, and dies a jolly good fellow. Girl who gets a little kiss and runs and tells her mother. Girl who gets a little kiss and runs and tells her mother. Does a very foolish thing. Does a very foolish thing. Does a very foolish thing and seldom gets another. Girl who gets a little kiss and asks for another. Girl who gets a little kiss and asks for another. Does the most suggestive thing. Does the most suggestive thing. Does the most suggestive thing and soon becomes a mother. Boy who gets a little kiss and runs and tells his brother. Boy who gets a little kiss and runs and tells his brother. Does a very useful thing, does a very useful thing, does a very useful thing, 'cause brother gets another. Briggs, who skis with a mighty schuss and hits the trails wide open. Briggs, who skis with a mighty schuss and hits the trails wide open. Skis till he hits a tree, skis till he hits a tree, skis till he hits a tree, and all his bones are broken. So Dornan filled the flowing bowl until it doth run over. Dornan filled the flowing bowl until it doth run over. For tonight we'll merry, merry be. For tonight we'll merry, merry be. For tonight we'll merry, merry be. Tomorrow we'll be sober. Now we've changed the format a little because we're early and we're going to have another short round. So I'm going to save what was going to be my last song for that, and I'm going to dedicate this song to two Princeton girls right here. They're undergraduates at Princeton, and I'm going back to my 55th reunion this June. Whew, God willing. And this is about my first Princeton prom. You can't expect a cowboy to agitate his shanks in etiquette-ish manner in aristocratic ranks, when he's always been accustomed to shake the heel and toe at those rattling rancher dances where much etiquette don't go. You can bet I set them laughing in quite an excited way when I happened into Princeton as the band began to play. Oh, I happened into Princeton and was asked to take a chance in the smooth and easy measures of a high-toned dance. When I got among the ladies in their frocks of fleecy white, and the dudes togged out in wrappings that was simply out of sight. Tell you what, I was embarrassed, and somehow I couldn't keep from feeling like a burro in a pretty flock of sheep. Every step I made was awkward, and I blushed a fiery red, like the principal adornment of a turkey gobbler's head. But the ladies said 'twas seldom that they had had the chance to see an old-time puncher at a high-toned dance. Well, I cut me out a heifer from a bunch of pretty girls, and I yanked her to the center to dance the dreamy whirls. She laid her head upon my bosom in a loving sort of way, and we drifted into heaven as the band began to play. I could feel my neck a-burning from her nose's breathing heat as she do-si-doed around me half the time upon my feet. But she peered up in my blinkers with a dull soul-dissolving glance, quite conducive to the pleasures of a high-toned dance. When it struck the old cotillion on that music bill of fare, every bit of devil in me seemed to burst out on a tear. I fetched a cowboy hoop and I started into rag, and I cut her with my trotters till the floor began to sag. Swung the gavel, she got dizzy and dropped into a seat. I balanced to the next one, but she dodged me slick and neat. Tell you what, I shook the creases from my go-to-meeting pants when I put the cowboy trimmings on that Princeton dance.
Jack Hyler. We're going to hear more from that boy. Okay, here's Gary Smith.
Well, I was going to bring this gang up again. Gonna do a Stanley Brothers song called Rank Stranger. I wandered again to my home in the mountains, where in youth early dawn I was happy and free. I looked for my friends, but I never could find them. I found they were all rank strangers to me. Everybody I met seemed to be a rank stranger. No mother or dad, not a friend did I see. They knew not my name, and I knew not their faces. I found they were all rank strangers to me. They've all moved away, said the voice of a stranger, to a beautiful home by the bright crystal sea. Some beautiful day I'll meet them in heaven, where no one will be a stranger to me. Everybody I met seemed to be a rank stranger. No mother or dad, not a friend did I see. They knew not my name, and I knew not their faces. I found they were all rank strangers to me. Rank strangers to me. Thank you. Thank you. This is a song about a poker game. It's called The Great Strip Poker Massacre. Well, deuces and jokers, jacks with one eye, annies a nickel, and aces are high. Poker by the light of a candle. If our parents found out, it'd be a scandal. Well, the tent flap blew open, and to our surprise stood a vision of loveliness before our eyes, with paint on her toenails, dime store perfume. Stand back, boys, and give her some room. Oh, Linda, the sweetheart of my junior high, the hair up in curlers and fuzz on her thighs. Say good evening, boys, I was just passing by. Sweet Linda, won't you come inside? Well, being a covey, a red-blooded beaus, we soon talked old Linda into playing for clothes. But as the evening blew by in a whir, the only one left with clothes on was her. She said, look at here, fellas. Now ain't I your friend? I can't let you walk home with your buttons in the wind. Show you that I'm not a creep. I'm gonna sell your clothes back real cheap. Well, it's a nickel a sock and a dime for a shoe. Shirts are $1 and breeches are $2. You can pay me at school when the morning bell sounds. You don't want the news spread around. Oh, Linda, the sweetheart of my junior high, the hair up in curlers and fuzz on her thighs, said good evening, boys, was just passing by. Sweet Linda, won't you come inside? Well, Linda's in Reno and blackjack's her game. She plays for the house, but she wins just the same. She's not hard to find, my friends. Just look for a table of stark naked men. Thank you.
Gary Smith, one of his naughty ditties there. All right. And then we've got this fellow who used to play with the side channel swing band. Now he's all by himself up here, lonely as can be, Greg Keckler.
Hey.
What'd you say? What did you say? I'm homely as can be? I love you too, Bill. Excuse me. I've told the story before. I used to play around at one of the dude ranches across the valley here, and I always got a big kick out of going and playing, sitting around the campfire, singing old Western songs to these folks. But it always cracked me up how they would come out and, they came out here to be Western, right? And go for a ride and whatnot, and they'd come out in their brand new cowboy hats and their brand new shirts, and on and on, all the way down to their feet. I learned this song. It's an old song, it's been around quite a while, but I had to learn it just for my own sake because it cracked me up watching them all the time. And we all had fun together. It goes something like this. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, but my legs ain't bowed and my cheeks ain't tan. I'm a cowboy who never saw a cow, never roped a steer 'cause I don't know how. I sure ain't fixin' to start in now. Yippee-i-oh-ki-yay, yippee-i-oh-ki-yay. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, and I learned to ride before I learned to stand. I know all the trails in the Lone Star State, 'cause I ride them all in my Ford V8. Yippee-i-oh-ki-yay, yippee-i-oh-ki-yay. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, and I come to town just to hear the band. I know all the songs that the cowboys know about the big corrals where the dogies go, 'cause I learned them all on my radio. Yippee-i-oh-ki-yay, yippee-i-oh-ki-yay. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, and I go to town just to hear the band. I know all the songs that the cowboys know about the big corrals where the dogies go. I learned them all on my stereo. Yippee-i-oh-ki-yay, yippee-i-oh-ki-yay. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, but my legs ain't
my cheeks ain't tan. I'm a cowboy who never saw a cow, never roped a steer 'cause I don't know how. I sure ain't fixin' to start in now. Yippee-i-oh-ki-yay, yippee-i-oh-ki-yay, yippee-i-oh-ki-yay. Thank you. This is a little tune that was written by Gail I. Gardner down in Arizona a time or two ago. All the places in the song are real. The events, well, that's up to you to decide. This is Rusty Jiggs and Sandy Sam tying knots in the devil's tail. Is way high up in the Syrie Peaks where the yeller jack pines grow tall. Rusty Jiggs and Sandy Sam had a roundup camp last fall. Well, they had their ponies and their running irons and there may be a dog or two. And they allowed to brand every lop-eared calf that come within their view. Now many a lop-eared dogie that didn't bush up by day had his long ears whittled and his old hide sizzled in a most artistic way. Says Rusty Jiggs to Sandy Sam as he throwed his sago down. I'm tired of cow biography, so I figures I'll go to town. So they saddles up and they hits them a lope, for there weren't no side of a ride. And them was the days when an old cow punch could all up as dry inside. So they starts her in at Kentucky Bar at the head of the Whiskey Road. And they winds her up at the Depot House some 40 drinks below. Then they sets them up and they turns around and they goes in the other way. Well, I'll tell you the Lord's forsaken truth, them boys got drunk that day. Well, as they was a-headed back to camp and a-packing a mighty good load, who should they meet but the devil himself come prancing down the road. Well, the devil, he says, you cowboy skunks, you better go hunt your holes, 'cause I've come up from hell's rim rocks to gather in your soul. Says Rusty Jiggs to the devil, though I know we're tight, no devil ever took an old cow punch without one kind of a fight. So he punches a hole in his old throw rope and he throws it straight and true. He caught the devil right around the horns, he took his dallies too. Now Sandy Sam was a riata man with his gut line coiled up neat. He shakes her out and he builds him a loop and he caught the devil's hind feet. They tailed him down on the desert ground while his irons was a-getting hot. They cropped and swallowed, forked his ears, and branded him up a lot. And they pruned him up with a dehorn and saw, tied knots in his tail for a joke. And they left him a bellerin' there, necked up to a blackjack oak. So if you're ever up in the Syrie Peaks and you hear one hell of a wail, you'll know it's nothing but the devil himself a-raising hell about the knots in his tail.
Thank you, Greg. Folks, that formally ended the second round. There's going to be a short third round, and we're going to go slightly out of order so that Jack Heiler, who's leaving us tonight, can close down the evening. But to get things kicked off, we have the only person who will ever be the first person to ski down the Grand Teton, and the voice, Bill Briggs and Patrick Troiani.